Greg Cosell here on the Rich Eisen Show. Washington definitely takes Chase Young at 2 after Burrow goes 1 to Cincy.
You would think. Well, let me ask you a question. This is a question I've been debating in my brain, which, I've had a lot of time to get into my brain these last 2 weeks.
Right.
What's more important in the NFL these days, an edge pass rusher or a big-time corner? I know there have been studies done, and a lot of people debate that because the nature of NFL passing games has changed, Rich, to where it's much more quick game.
Right.
3-step drops, 5-step drops, the ball comes out. Now, obviously, when it's 3rd and 9, it's different. But Jeffrey Okudah, to me, and again, I'm going to throw a name out, and people are going to go, oh, my God, you're saying this is the way he is. But he kind of reminded me stylistically of Champ Bailey. I really like Jeffrey Okudah's tape.
Well, I would take Chase Young in a heartbeat, I guess, to answer your question, Greg.
And that's okay. You're not wrong.
No, and I understand that, having that corner because of how much quicker the quick game appears to be getting in the NFL on the offensive side of the ball. Just being a Big Ten guy, and I saw Okudah, but seeing Young, man, I mean, I saw how Penn State tried to handle him, and whether it was chipping him or then not, just letting him loose and then using that potentially to try and open up a screen or a quick game. That didn't work. I mean, Michigan changed their entire offensive game plan for him to try and erase him, and he was, if you will, removed in terms of the stat sheet, but the fact is that they changed their plan for him. That's the type of guy I would take.
No, and I have no problem with that. I mean, he's got high-level traits, size, length, high-level athleticism. I got to see him in person at the Maxwell Club dinner in Atlantic City, and he looks the part. So, no, I have no problem with that. He has high-level traits.
Greg Cosell, NFL Films and NFL matchup analyst here on the Rich Eisen Show. Here's the question that we were asking at the combine. What is Isaiah Simmons? And by that I mean the position. What you draft him and play him as what in the NFL?
I feel like I should answer that with a line from the movie Airplane.
Yes.
What is, you remember that, of course.
Yeah.
Isaiah Simmons, to me, and I'm in the minority, even though he's almost 6'4" and 238 pounds, I think he ultimately plays like a safety. So in a base defense, I almost see him as a big safety. I know many see him as a linebacker, but I think he's the kind of player that you want to get away from the bodies, not align him where the bodies are. Where I think his value is tremendous in the NFL is in sub-defenses, nickel or dime defenses, because that's where you can line him up at multiple positions. And I think in many ways he's a much, much bigger Tyrann Mathieu in the way he'll be deployed. I think the Derwin James comp is reasonably valid. But Simmons is a great athlete. I don't know if you remember the interception he made against Ohio State. I guess it was in the national semifinal game. He was retreating as a deep safety and then showed tremendous range to pick off Justin Fields. His game is more like a safety, even though his size says linebacker.
Greg, after that play, I received separate texts from 2 New York Giants fans saying take him 4th overall. That's what I got.
So you remember the play well, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, from two different friends of mine who are Giants fans saying I want him. But don't you think that when the Giants are on the clock, Gettleman goes a protector for Daniel Jones? And if he does, who does he take?
I think that's one of the most intriguing spots in this draft because Simmons is a special athlete.
Right.
There's not many Isaiah Simmons. If he was just, let's say, a good player, I think Gettleman in a heartbeat would take an O-lineman. But I think they'll have a lot of they're having them now as we speak. There'll be a lot of discussion about Isaiah Simmons at 4 because guys like that don't come along very often at all.
So then who's the best pass protector in the draft, in your estimation?
I love Jedrick Wills from Alabama. Jedrick Wills. I think he's really, really a high-level tackle. He played right tackle at Alabama. He certainly has the ability to play left tackle, although I think the delineation between the tackle positions is no longer meaningful in the NFL. A lot of people still speak as if it is. I don't see that. But I think Jedrick Wills, to me, is the number 1 tackle. But there's 4 tackles who could easily go in the first round or in the top 15, and I think they're all worthy of being in that discussion.